Why, hello everybody! I am your Jank streamer extraordinaire, Krista Joy, and I hope all of you are having one heck of a Slavanalker and of a day. And I see we have some people in chat already that are representing our teams. So let me give you an introduction of who is racing. In the left corner, it would help if I actually move everything along. So let me handle that right now. But ow. We have representing team Germans and bratwurst. Love it with the horse. We have Mistaed, and apparently my crop skills are on fleek because that's about as cropped as well can get. I don't know what happened. It looked good on my end, but apparently it's not that good. So let's do this again. Sorry about that. I am doing things as we go along here. But it looks good to me. On Ed's side, why does it look like that? When on my side it looks pretty doggone good. Alright. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Let's see if that works a little bit better. So, sorry. Let's see if that helps a little bit, because we don't need to see part of Ed's screen on that, but I'll work on that in the background. But in the meantime, we need to get this party started. This is looking all sorts of crazy. What is going on here? Specs, does it look funny for you if you go on ZSR main?
It does. I can't see Ninjembro's screen at all, and Ed's is cropped and prop at the moment.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Also, the item trackers are for the wrong game.
I have it set up for Link to the Past. Random. Okay. Let's try this and see if that works. Give me 1 moment, chat. This is wanting to be weird. Excuse me. We are fixing things on the fly. Give me a moment. I try looking at it through that tracker and see if that works, Specs.
And
I'm
what?
also area. Look at it through that tracker, Specs, you too. And I'm changing over the layout a bit. We're doing some change up here and see if that works.
Screen's changing.
Did I fix everything?
You fixed it. It's fixed. I think you had like the wrong game mode or somehow. Looks good now.
We had some little bit of challenge, but it wouldn't be a jank stream if I didn't, do the janking. It's me we're talking about. So on the left side, you have representing German horses. We've got the one and only Mr. I Can't Shoot for my life, aka I'm a stormtrooper for the A-Team, Mistaed, going against the man who has to carry Gamma Chew all the time, the one and the only Ninjembro. And let me get this party started. Go ahead and
well, thank you, Krista, for getting that all set up for us.
Yeah, sorry about that, you know. I blame everything on Gamma, you know, because when Gamma comes, it's like when he comes to the East. It always happens that everything goes wrong. It just goes wrong. It's the Gamma effect. So whenever Gamma comes, everything breaks down, you know. Florida, it gets cold spells, we get heat spells. It's Gamma's fault. It's a known thing. So we're just waiting on them, and in 15 seconds you guys will take it away. So Mr. Angry Pants, who's angrier than AFG, and Specs, who also has to carry Gamma, you guys do what you gotta do. Area, make sure you track the fillet, and I am going to bounce.
Thanks again for that. I am Mr. Angry Pants, and I'm joined in the booth here with Specs, and we got Arya Stark doing our awesome tracking. How are you feeling about this race here, Specs?
I'm very excited. Also, immediate glove already for Ed. Back of escape there. But I'm really excited. You know, in my opinion, for this race between Ed and Ninjembro, this is like the mode I would want to watch them play. Because, you know, Ed's usually, he's known for being really good at Mystery, Enemizer, Crash Keys. And Jimbo also, figured everything as is Ed. But Ninjembro's usually more known for, like, non-entrance Donkey Sanity modes. Also really good at Enemizer. I feel like 80 Enemizer is, like, the best of the 9 modes we could have gotten from a matchup for these two particular players. So I'm really excited for this mode.
I agree. I love me some Enemizer. And so yeah, so this is as Spec said, this is the AD Enemizer. It also includes a Chaos Boss Shuffle. So we have all the bosses are randomized. We got a Moon Pearl off of Uncle there on Ninjembro's side. So all the bosses are shuffled from the Pendant and Crystal dungeons. There is no limit on the number of times a boss can show up either. So we do have some limits on location. Certain bosses can't be in certain arenas, but yeah, this should be a good crazy time for all of us to watch. And I approve of the Uncle starters getting rewarded.
Same. I love Uncle Start. But yeah, we have Ed. He grabbed the glove from back of escape and then immediately bought bombs and is now going to Saha. I assume we'll not go to Eastern, but we'll see if Ed goes to Eastern or not. I wouldn't. Ed's built different than I am though. So
yeah, I probably wouldn't even be here at Saha at this point, but Ed gets rewarded with that hook shot. So improving his mobility a little bit.
Could go up mountain out of logic already. I feel like you wait on that. Looks like Ed is going to wait on that, but that is now an option we have, is going to mountain soon.
Yeah, opening up that East Death Mountain. It is a bunch of checks up there, but we have a bunch down here in South Shore too.
Yeah, we still have all of Kakariko. No one's gone to Kak yet. There's Book for freaking Lost Woods.
All right, Ninjembro does not carry it all the way to pedestal for the very early pet check.
Ninjembro's like a never ped person. Like he'll almost never check ped. He is very resistant to it.
Yeah.
Even when it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it's he likes to play that. If I don't think about it, it doesn't actually happen. The lamp there in Mini Bouldarm, as well as a sword. South Shore having some of the goods here.
Yeah, and we really like lamp and Enemizer. We don't like Dark Rooms and Enemizer because you don't know where the enemies are, so it's a lot scarier. So lamp's an even better item in this mode, as is having a sword when we have Enemizer.
Yeah.
And hookshot. This is a pretty nice start for Enemizer. Hookshot, lamp, and sword already.
Yeah, being quite friendly. Ed now taking that glove to do the back of escape that we saw from Ninjembro that didn't have much of anything for us.
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest questions are just, when does Ed go to Uncle right now, and when does Ninjembro go to Saha? But, I mean, they're both going to eventually do that, because those are two critical items that, they're going to get to soon enough.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see the potential for Ninjembro to not make it to Saha as quickly as Ed makes it to Uncle, just because of how much that Moon Pearl is going to gate.
Yeah, and if before that hookshot shows up, Ninjembro gets like the mid to the hammer and has Dark World access, yeah, there's a good chance that hookshot gets delayed for Ninjembro for a little while. Or unless Ed's going to be final under that Moon Pearl pretty soon.
Yeah.
As you're mentioning.
We do have Ed taking that key and lamp to go find I mean, let's face it, it's toilet paper in Dark Cross there. So Ninjembro will probably avoid that walk. But we did get the hammer there. So
Yep.
Dark World access for Ninjembro already.
Dang, yeah, this season's moving pretty quickly. We haven't still have some of Cac to do. We haven't seen Dam. There's a lot. Agina's, Icebad Cave, Eastern, Front of Escape. Yeah, there's a lot. We got a lot available already, which is honestly what you like in these boss shuffle modes. You really don't want to dive dungeons until you're in a good spot to kill a lot of bosses, because you don't have key sanity on. So if you have the items to be able to kill most bosses, then you want to dive dungeons. But until then, you tend to prioritize the overworld checks. So we have a lot of overworld available right now with Dark World access already. So that's nice. And mountain.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think another thing that with this mode is the map and the compass are not shuffled in the dungeons, so that will also limit face checking a lot of bosses, which can always be a feels bad if you make it all the way through to only find it you can't beat the boss that's in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I personally like this version of like boss shuffle better than something like map compass boss shuffle, where it's often a gamble on what the boss is. But still, you get to know usually.
Yeah.
In advance.
I did not quite see what that was. Was that the bug net on library there?
I was not paying attention either. I'm sure chat will tell us.
Yeah, Ninjembro was real quick about it. Love to see that shield at race game though.
Area was a fillet.
It was trash in the library. So as these two runners are working through their checks, so we are in. This is week 4 of the Rumble stage here for the Survivors of Hyrule tournament. There are 3 teams remaining in Division 2. We have. With Ninjembro and Ed representing 1. Ninjembro has his teammate Gamma, also still alive, and he's got a match with Ganon's Gone Wild coming up, and they are playing for the chance to get into the Survivor Series bracket stage of the tournament. So. Right now, we're at a point where either one, whoever wins this race, guarantees a spot for their team in the Survivor Series. And don't quote me unless I'm right. If I did the math right, though, if Ninjembro wins this race and Gamachu wins against Ganon's Gone Wild, then Ed and Ganon's Gone Wild will play in a 1v1 tiebreaker to determine who the second team is to make it into the next round.
Yep, that's gonna have to happen. So yeah, on my team, which I'm on the same team as Jimbo and Gamma, we just have to win one of these 2 races. Whereas Ed and GGW, they either need to win their race here, or hope that Gamma and Jimbo both win their races, and then they have to win the tiebreaker. So. We'll see what the shakeout is. It's possible, my team gets eliminated. I believe in them, especially Ninjembro. I believe in Ninjembro, but Gamma, we'll see. I believe in his luck sacking. But we'll see how these races go. So Ninjembro is not getting the hook shot for a little bit, which I think is reasonable. You can go do Hype Cave and quite a bit of Dark World. Skullwoods and Mire pendants there. Those is AD, so we don't care as much about if things are pendants or crystals. More so how you might wander about in Ped or, Green Pendant. And when you can get access to GT. Although you're basically guaranteed to be in Go mode before GT in this mode. Not necessarily, but most likely.
We got a second sword there in Hype Cave with the cape and a bottle. It's not a bad Hype Cave. I don't think you're gonna be spitting at that.
This is so far this is not a bad Innomizer. We have Master, we have cape, we have a bottle. We have a decent amount of health. We got lamp. Like, we've got some good stuff for dealing with Innomizer, and we need to get more stuff to be able to beat bosses. We have we're still a bit limited on bosses. Like, we can beat some now, but
Yeah,
Cold Stare is bad. Cold Stare, try next. I guess we can
Cold Stare, try next. Yeah, I think I don't know if anyone would relish seeing Vitreous with the current equipment, but a beatable boss.
Yeah, if Ninjembro has something in his bottle, then it won't be that bad, because then he can use Cape Master Sword. Actually, if you just have if you just have full magic when you do a Vidi, you can just do slash strats with the Cape, and it's a pretty free fight, actually. So no, actually, if you have full magic going into Vidi, with the Ninjembro's loadout, wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that is correct. And it looked like we saw a mushroom on top of Spec Rock. I missed what was inside. I thought it was something blue, but
see what Ed grabs. He's going for it.
It is. I think it might be Flute or Flippers. Then is going to be my guess. Flippers, okay.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, we'll kind of see here what Ed gets from doing the mountain here. Because Ninjembro's probably going to go to Vu now, and not go to Sahaya, which is completely fair to what he has. So, this big difference here is what kind of stuff does Ed get from Mountain? Because it's kind of to come up to Mountain here and get more items. Because once you're in Vu, you go to Vu, you go to Dark World, you're going to kind of make a loop around, and possibly you go into Thieves and Skullwoods and Pod. It's nicer to go ahead and have these items from the Mountain, so you just have more options, you have increased chances of being able to beat the bosses in those Dark World dungeons. So the Ninjembro's not going to have whatever's up here. So far, it's just the Flippers and the hook shot from Saha. But if anything else major is here, like Fire Rod or Bombos, that's things a bit for Ninjembro.
Yeah, absolutely. Any item that's going to help Ed be able to finish off bosses that he finds up here is going to be big. Because I'm in complete agreement that the Ninjembro. Go ahead.
Ninjembro just got the mirror from Sick Kid. It looks like.
Yes, that was a definitely a good pull. But yeah, I'm in agreement. If you're running into Village Valkaz here, it feels like you're committing yourself to doing at least dipping the fronts of these dungeons.
Yeah, it is. I will say that mirror is also a good thing for Ninjembro because it means whenever he goes to Pod area later, at least he can mirror and do Saha when he goes to Pod, which he's not going to be there for a little while, but it kind of gives him a more natural route to do Saha earlier than where if he did not have that mirror. Or yeah, so that kind of helps Ninjembro find a way over to Saha and get the hook shot.
Looks like Ed found a shovel in Paradox Cave, but other than that, not really anything to speak of.
Yeah, the hook shot's still the biggest thing because Flippers, Ninjembro's gonna get that. That's not that big of a deal, because it doesn't kill bosses. The hook shot's definitely still the more outstanding thing. Because if an Argus comes up, if you're diving a dungeon, you want the hook shot.
There's actually a chance that Ninjembro could go up to the mountain with that mirror and hammer and do some of these checks before going over to the pod area now too. So.
Oh, Vidi in Hera, you called it. Ed's going to go do it with. Is Ed going to actually do this? With 2 hearts? He's going to grab a fairy, but no magic, no cape, fighter sword, 2 bombs.
I mean, it's possible. It's going to take time, I think.
I feel like he's just gonna grab the items and leave. This seems like you leave. Nope. Ed's going for it. I respect the confidence.
Yeah.
I know Ed's capable. Ed is a pro at some of these more obnoxious boss fights. I actually think Ed's gonna do it. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of slow is the main thing. Yeah, you could do this. Yeah. I respect it, though. He can take some hits. Just not a lot.
Yeah, I believe, do the small eyes do 3 hearts on green mail?
Oh, I don't remember. I know it takes like 6 hammer hits to kill each eye, which is kind of ridiculous. Which is why I would not want to do this.
that is a lot
terrible.
of swings of that mallet. Looks like Ninjembro has found a second bottle. I didn't see what he has in it. I think his tracker shows that it might not have anything, with the boss being a land mollusk.
Yeah. Also, reminder, soon if it gets in boss shuffle, you don't have to do the back of Thief's Town. The boss makes this, so you can always just go straight to the boss here in boss shuffle. So the back of Thief's Town is kind of like a left side swamp, arguably worse. You really don't want to do it. You delay it until you lack better options. So it does make these really fast, though. It makes it an easy dip and just knock out the boss real quick. Especially, yeah, just the landmark here is super nice. Ed's making this look easy. It's not, you know, impressive.
Yeah, was able to time that, killing the last small eye with a lightning blast from Vidi, so he got a couple of free shots in with the hammer. But Ed's just about. Oh, there's a big 4 heart.
No!
And no bottles, so that's the save and quit.
Yeah, that definitely stings. Ed can come back from that, but Ed's the kind of player who, like, I would be tilted as hell, and I'd almost be out of the race after that. Ed's someone who I think, you know, he understands, okay, I lost a couple minutes there, but he has an understanding of how he can make up some time. So with Ed, he's definitely not out. I think he's someone who can keep his composure well. He'll say differently, but I think he does, so he'll be okay. It's unfortunate, though.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate death when he was so close to finishing off Vidi. I wasn't. Gamachu and Chad talked about being 1 hit away. He was really close to finishing that fight off. So all of Light Death Mountain, though, flippers and a shovel, and we'll see if Ed is he gonna go rush the shovel? Nope, he's heading straight for Height Cave. So
yeah, he'll have a chance when he gets that mirror later to clean up, to get that shovel. Then at some point, it's also be nice seeing from Ninjembro now when he goes up to the mountain. He goes up to Hera. You know, with the Master Sword and Cape, we'll have a pretty easy time of taking the Vidi out.
Yeah, for sure.
And slightly more health.
Let's see, and it's looking like Ninjembro found 1 item out of Skullwoods here, but doesn't look like it was anything of significance.
Yeah, it seems you've gotten only 1 item left in here.
Imagine Ninjembro is going to walk this out for Bumper Cave since he pulled that cape at a hype.
Yeah, it's.
And my guess would probably continue over to.
You could go to Graveyard Ledge. It's kind of. It's always
slow.
Garbage. If you got it correct.
Right.
It's so garbage without mitts or boots. If you have the one of those, it's not bad. It feels so slow to do it boots with mitsless. It's like, and then like, you're like, well, if I get boots later, then I can combo it with Keens too. Maybe if it's pre-mits, you know. It's hard to make yourself go over there. And then you're like, well, if I'm already here, maybe I should go to Catfish too. And I don't know.
I mean, I'm with you. I think.
Mountain. Yeah, you go Mountain. This makes more sense. I like this better.
That does. I was gonna say, Graveyard Ledge is one of my least favorite checks. I think if I hadn't found anything at Bumper Cave, I would have considered it, but finding something there, I'm not going to walk all the way up there for that item and then go do another slow check to Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, this makes sense also Ninjembro having Mountain. If I didn't have Mountain still, then I probably would have reluctantly did it. Because since Ninjembro has Mountain, this is actually a really nice, efficient way to route into going to Mountain. And Ed is giving us a catfish play here. We'll see what's over here.
Another one of my least favorite checks. Yes, without even with boots, it's slow. I hate this check.
Everyone should hate it. I question the sanity of anybody who does not hate this check. Let's see, what do we get? Shield.
Oh, and it's a shield, the toy shield for Ed.
Yeah, but Ed gets 2 more of those. He grabs the one on Maze Race and the other one. Then he's got a great shield for Laser Bridge. Definitely worth it. And Jimbo will get his flippers here. He won't be able to think. He won't be thinking about Swamp for a while because oh, he can grab the mushroom.
Yeah, he'll grab that mushroom too. Apparently, Chad is not appreciative of our hate of the Quakefish. If the Quakefish ever gave good stuff, it would be a different story. Oh, Ninjembro falling down the pit there.
Always feels bad when you mess with the bomb jump or pull down
the walk of shame.
It happens to us all regularly. It always feels bad. Yeah. That is good news for Ed. At least he can get back up the Hero more easily now. It's the long walk he might have thought it could have been to get all the way back up there with the shutting hammer. So he's got to at least be kind of happy that he's like, okay, at least I can get back up to there. Kind of easy.
he can route that in and with getting the mushroom, and I could see him also delaying it if he with the book too, because we know Ninjembro found the book.
Oh yeah, that's another advantage for Ninjembro. He gets to check Ether Tablet.
Yep. Yeah,
very conveniently here.
It definitely makes because he knows he'll be able to complete all of Light World, Death Mountain, save for the boss, potentially.
Yeah. You know what? That is a nice safety. We are happy to have that red potion. Yep. That's great.
Ninjembro finding all of Grandpa's old cough medicine there.
You know what? I'm gonna say, Ed, you deserve a little bit of punishment here because he could have had that book. And so Ed is notorious for not wanting to do Lost Woods, and he often does not do Lost Woods, which is Mushroom Spot was where the book was. He'll delay it big time, and he got punished for it in this seat because he could have had that red bottle going into that Vidi fight, and that that would have helped out.
Yeah,
I would have. That first hit
would have saved a lot of time.
So. Yeah, but I mean that's a risk Ed knows he's taking when you skip that. It happens. So.
Yeah, I think that's anytime you make a decision to skip something.
Oh, sorry, chat. You're right. He only had one sword. He still wouldn't have had the. He still couldn't get it. You're right. But he would have known that it was there. But it would have been helpful. True. Okay, we'll see. I think we only got one item in Hera earlier. Maybe we got at least one item that was in the compass chest.
Yeah, looks like it was a single item out of here.
So we'll see what else we pick up. Yeah. So that means there's something on Vidi. So we'll see what we get. What I'm thinking is I wonder where Ninjembro's gonna go after he finishes up Mountain, because he could do flipper checks. I'd say he's either gonna do flipper checks or he's gonna head east towards like Pod, Saha, Eastern area. I probably just the flipper checks. Well, he doesn't have Zoro money, so it might delay. Yeah, I think he might go Pod, Saha, Eastern.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be his density there. I'm trying to remember if Ninjembro how his mimic clipping is. I don't
he can't.
see him. Okay, I was just saying, I didn't think he could.
No, you're correct. Yeah, he can do the potion glitch with that red bottle if he wants to waste it. But in this mode, you kind of don't want to use the bottle for sure. Yeah.
Right, you never know what boss you're gonna run into.
I just realized Dibbo also has a fairy. That's super nice. So he should be more than good here. He can take some hits. He can get hit twice And then we can rotate him still as a fairy, and then he still has a red bottle. So if he still has some magic left, he should be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cleans that up. We have Ed finishing up Land Mollusk here in Thieves Town.
A small key on the boss there. I don't think Ninjembro's going to go to a hero basement. I don't think we're going to see him rush that for the last item.
Yeah.
Don't expect that.
I think I wouldn't anticipate it.
Yeah.
I think it was the last race I comped, the big 6-person swordless race though did have Ice Rod in the hero basement that everybody skipped.
That's that or like a late required medallion are like the two things you never want on those awful spots. 'Cause those are the things you're not gonna be final towards. You're gonna last locate it big time, and that'd be rough.
Ninjembro with the mirror will have the possibility to clean it up when he comes back up for Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very understandable skip. When you look at all the other checks he still has in logic.
Yes, exactly. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward because you mentioned the bowless pod definitely makes it less appealing to just following logic, but yeah, I still expect he'll go that way because he also has Saha and Eastern, and you're going there anyway. Flipper checks, I feel is what I would want to do if I had Zoro money, but we're so far away from Zoro money on Ninjembro's side.
I believe there's money in here because I see Ed's got a bunch of money. So I
that
think
would be great.
We'll see. We'll see Ninjembro get close to that Zora cash.
Yeah, you gotta be right because Ed is loaded with cash. He did Houlihan earlier, which Ninjembro did not do, which is some of it. But that still means it's probably like a 300 here or something.
Yeah,
it is. Okay, now you do flipper checks. Ninjembro would definitely go do flipper checks. I'd be surprised if he did anything else.
Yeah, not having bow really makes the Pod Eastern area feel bad, especially if you go there and do it all and don't find the bow. We have Ed just checked K45 there for just a heart piece.
Okay, I'm wrong by the way. Ninjembro's going to do Friend of Escape.
Oh, that's
surprising to me. Ninjembro is more willing to do Friend of Escape than I think a lot of other players at his skill level are. I would argue. He's someone who's willing to do it earlier. Because we know there was map and Dark Cross. I don't believe we've seen the key already.
Yep. Yeah. So he knows that between here and Dark Cross, there's 3 items.
Yeah, because we know from Ed's side that the map's there, but Ninjembro doesn't. He's gonna get through items here. So we'll see what's here. This is something I don't see Ed ever wanting to do, especially after the issue with the up in hair with Vidi. I would think that Ed would not want to do this, shave some time off. So if anything good is here, it would be a bit rougher, I think.
I could also see Ninjembro mirroring out and just going and doing Aga. Well, yeah, Arya Stark just mentioned it, that doing this into Aga 1, because it is all dungeons, we have to do Aga or Castle Tower.
Oh, you're right.
And then he could walk over to the pod area.
No, it's a good idea. I hadn't considered that. I forgot Aga 1 is required. I'm so used to Aga 1. I'm used to like 80 keys, but Aga 1 happens at the end of the seed because it's normally your go mode. I forgot not 80 key sanity. You can just do Aga 1 basically whenever you want. So yeah, it's actually pretty good natural play. You can check Pyramid Ledge with it, walk over to the pod. That makes a lot of sense actually. Okay, nothing in Escape, but this makes sense to do. Yeah, if you combine it with Aga, this makes a lot more sense now that you mentioned that.
Yep.
Oh, Mitts and Swamp.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's the Dark Death Mountain.
So that's not gonna. So Ninjembro's gonna get the hook. After this, Ninjembro's gonna do Aga 1. He's gonna walk over to Pod Saha Eastern area because the mirror didn't do that. He'll get the hook shot. So after Pod Eastern Saha area, he'll then take that over to Swamp and get the mitts. So wherever was here in Swamp or behind the mitts, Ed follows before going to Pod Eastern. Like that's what. If those things let you single dip Pod or Eastern, like they let you kill whatever bosses are in there, that's some good time gain for Ed. where he won't have to double dip those dungeons, whereas in Jimbo, good chance he'll be double dipping. He might do Saha and Peace Out, but I imagine he does at least Pod and Saha together. But that's still like Ed might be able to avoid that double dip of Pod. But we'll see. Yeah, it's AD. I had the same thought gamma until Mr. Angry Pants reminded me how the mode works. I just didn't read your notes before the race well, Mr. Angry Pants. My bad. I forgot.
Well, I didn't put too much down for the all dungeon stuff. So I think it got just the regular AD treatment in my notes.
That's the important part here.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong with Enemizer, the bow is not required for Eastern, is it? Unless the boss... no, the boss isn't required for any boss.
Yeah, it's usually just the Igors, which are gone. Now, I believe in this version of the randomizer, it's logically required for back of Eastern, but it's not hard required, so you don't need it.
Okay.
So you don't care. You'll care about the logical consequences, but it only matters. It doesn't matter that much logically. It could come up. We can go. Well, Eastern's bow locked, so whoever's behind the Eastern boss / prize, can't lead to your first bow.
All right, we have Ed making his way here to whatever the boss is. I didn't catch what the boss was. It looks like it's
also
Elma. Is that right?
I think you're right. Also, I just want to know, I believe Ed had to do. He couldn't dive it down the back of swamp. He had no bombs with Samaria, so he had to do it the old-fashioned way, the NMG, the vanilla way. So Ed probably, he reached for his bombs and was like, "Dang it!" But he had to pull the statue and everything.
I admit I did not. I did not pay attention. I'm guessing he probably used his last bomb doing your clip.
That might be true. Yes. I take no blame. No blame.
Oh boy, now I'm wondering what's faster to do the Specky clip or to do the. It has to be do the Specky clip is faster than the diver down to the bag.
Well, there's 2 bombs in the room before Specky clip. Fastest thing is to remember to grab the bombs in the room before, but that's hard to do. You never really think about it. You just always assume you have bombs for the back at this point in the seed. Yes. Your brain's not thinking about that with everything else going on. It's tough. Yeah, I don't know if you have that choice what you do. I think I just cry a little bit.
Right, yeah. I agree. I think crying when you realize I should have grabbed bombs is the correct answer. Looks like a relatively painless Aga 1.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad. Not too many blue balls, it seemed.
Alright, now the question is, how many times will Ninjembro forget to mirror before saving and quitting?
We'll see.
We do have flipper checks, though, from Ed coming up here.
Yeah, he's had them for a little while. I think he also was... Yeah, he's... I think, but he could have done this before going into VOO if he had wanted. He could have. Not reasonable he didn't do them yet. He had the option. So I can see why Jim was going ahead and doing this. Because he has the mushroom, it's a little bit easier to get yourself to go over to Catfish here. Was there anything on Zero's ledge? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I missed that. That was too fast for my old eyes.
Yeah, super busy yammering about the mushroom catfish combo. Oh, just money and potion in the mushroom. So Ed's missing nothing there.
Yep.
So that'll be fine for Ed.
Yeah, Ninjembro will be able to mirror and loop in all these Zora checks that have amounted to essentially nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of nice now that Ninjembro can just save and quit, be right back in Pyramid and walk over to Pod, Saha Eastern. What's on Zora's ledge? Samaria.
Oh, Samaria, okay.
Okay, Ninjembro would get that reasonably. No, he's actually just going to mirror here.
Yeah.
That's what you just said, and I completely missed it. Thank you for... I completely missed that you just said that.
That's all good. And Ninjembro dodging all but the toy shield, so...
one's actually kind of useful. You know, you have to fight blind without the blind script. You know, you get a better shield for the fireballs. I think it's worth it.
I think if I didn't have the cape or burnout, I'd be more apt to do it, but or to grab it. But Ninjembro giving us the clear look.
Nice.
Of the red cane.
Very kind of Jimbo. Ed just didn't care about the audience.
That's right.
The stream. And Jimbo cares.
Ed knows what good TV is. He's got to keep us in suspense.
I guess that's a fair point. It increased the drama and the suspense. You're right. Good point.
Ed making his way here into Super Bunny. We'll see if those mitts happen to be anything worthwhile for him. Yeah,
one thing I will note, we got Ether. The Quake was on Bumper Left. She has not gotten. I don't know if it's really relevant with TR yet, because unless we get Fire Rod and Hookshot Cave, it's not like you really go into TR here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. So, Ninjembro... Even could be doing Bombos in the desert. That's a possibility.
Yeah, where...
You might be taking this way and to do Bombos in the... He didn't do K45 yet, did he? I don't think so.
No, he hasn't. I don't think he's done K45 or...
Okay, he's going up to... He's probably going to mirror and do Hobo, and then he'll walk over to Pod, so Eastern area.
Okay.
Nothing in Hookshot Cave, it looked like.
He's probably... I actually don't know if he checked this island or not, or if he's just going to blind check it.
He did not. He's blind checking it. Yeah, he never saw it.
The single arrow.
Nice.
And we have Ether as the entrance to TR, but yeah, no Fire Rod. I don't see Ed dipping in this yet.
Oh, he's gonna go ahead and go in, see what he can get. Fair enough, you're here. You should hopefully get locked out pretty quickly. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's the hope is you just get locked out right away and you don't have to worry about anything else.
And how about just some money?
More money?
Which, yeah, we had enough. Ninjembro had just enough for pods, so it would have been okay. But you know what? That's actually good for potions if you want potions down the road. I'd be happy to have that. We can continue. We got a small key.
All right. We will see how the layout goes here. Let's see if it's another small key that allows us to get all the way to the big chest or the big key chest and Mimic Cave.
Yeah. And Ninjembro was about to get his hook shot here in at Saha. There's the boots.
The boots.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross. That's the kind of thing Ed was wanting. That's good. Yep. That's good for Ed.
Yep, that is probably one of the best things he could find right there.
Interesting. Okay. That's pretty gross. Yeah, we'll see what it's gonna be a little while before I think Ninjembro goes up there, because he's gonna do check out Pod. Probably go ahead and check out Eastern. Eastern's questionable because you can't beat Coldster or Trinex, so you may not want to come in, but you might go in anyway. And he's gonna have Swamp available.
Yeah, he just got a full clearable Swamp, pending whatever the boss might be.
Yeah. This makes things interesting.
And Spike Cave was just some blueberries. We are not blocked in Pod, so...
That's good. Good for Ninjembro, at least.
Yeah, it gives Ninjembro the chance to make it to the back.
Okay, well, what's going to be really gross is if these boots lead to the Fire Rod.
Yeah.
Or an Ice Rod. An Ice Rod could be Well, if Trinex is vanilla,
Mhm.
because like, let's say Ninjembro gets the Fire Rod before going up mountain, he could go even deeper, and if he can't beat the boss, which would really only be at that point, if he has Fire Rod, would be Trinex. That probably won't happen though. But yeah, we'll see what these boots lead to. Oh, there's a bow and pod.
All right, bow and pod, and our last medallion.
Okay.
That medallion actually, if that bombos is what we need to get to the fire rod, or what gets into Meyer, those boots are gonna could make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I expect when Jimbo's going to do stuff in pod. Eastern's a maybe.
Oh, see here, I spent all that time talking about mimic clipping, forgetting that it was Enemizer.
Oh, duh! I forgot that too. We both forgot.
Yep.
Oh. This is awkward because you don't have the compass yet for the boss.
Oh yeah, looks like Ninjembro's gonna gamble it.
If this is Kotzer or Trinex, this is some
It's a lot. It's so slow to get back there. That's a lot of time loss.
Man. Yeah, this is kind of an awkward situation. A tempered and hammer pegs. Okay, for Ed. Yeah, I'd be tempted to do the back here first because I want to know what the boss is because it's so much time loss. It's more time loss to come back here. How be trying to a code that you can't beat. The is to just go to the back, find the compass, and if you can beat it, take a little more time going back to Helmat or do the bosses, having to go back again. I'd rather do that than risk the minute and a half time loss or something you're going to get by blind checking this boss.
And you're also not you're multiple items from go mode at this point, or potentially, I guess we don't know if. Well, we know fire rod's needed, and probably we know flute's needed, no matter what, and we know mitts are needed, although we know where they're at. So yeah, you're minimum 3 items from go mode.
And with that, Jumbo still has a red potion of fairy. Okay, I'm just gonna say Ninjembro got lucky here. He could have been destroyed for this so bad.
Yeah, I was say, did Gamma's powers of luck rub off on Ninjembro?
I think so. He stole a little bit of it. Stole a little bit of Gamma's power.
We have the purple chest turn in here on Ed's side, just a heart piece.
Well, at least he won't have to come back to pod. Should be a single dip for everybody. So, I think he'll go back in. I won't be surprised if he goes. He probably is going to go to Eastern after this then, and he'll leave if the compass shows Kotzer or Trinex.
Yeah.
And then he'll do Swamp, and then he'll probably go up Mountain after that.
Yeah, we have Ed pushing that Bombos to get into Ice Palace here. Answer question in chat. No one's been into Eastern Palace yet. Most likely, we think Ninjembro will go in there.
This is nothing that could also be bad for Ed. Kind of like with this Ninjembro just a moment ago. Could have ran into a bad boss. Ice Palace is the kind of dungeon you don't want to double dip. So if we get a late compass here, and Ed doesn't know what the boss is, and it's Trinex or a Cold Stare, that's going to feel bad. Well, he can beat Cold Stare. Never mind. Trinex only. Only Trinex is bad. So this is probably going to be okay, because only Trinex is a problem. This is probably going to be fine. Yeah. Odds are good. That's okay.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're Ed, yeah, you just I think you take the gamble on any boss.
This makes sense. Yeah, once it's done just Trinex, then it's not as bad. When it's at least 2 bosses you still can't beat, it's rough usually to dive. I think the rule is once it's done only 1 boss left you can't beat, which is usually going to be Argus or Trinex. Are the last 2 you usually are able to beat. Then you can start diving dungeons.
That room that Ed just left was really gross. Those are the rooms where you are glad you have a cape.
Yeah, absolutely. They actually have some decent equipment. Ed is a little bit low on stuff, but he's gonna have something in one of his bottles. He's got the powder now.
Yeah, I say he just got the powder, so that's nice for him.
That's gotta be nice. Yes.
And we have Ninjembro heading into Eastern, so we got all fresh checks all around here.
So far, I think we've seen. I think we've only seen one item in ice. That was in just one item. 2 items.
Yeah.
We only have 1 item left in ice.
I don't believe Ed hit the switch, but he did find the big key. So, he doesn't have the magic to.
Oh yeah, he's just skipping freezer chests. Oh, he got the 3rd item. Nice,
right.
Nice, Ed. Nice.
And he's got the small key left over. He's able to just skip all the other stuff.
Not even punished.
And just hope it's not Trinex. I missed those first 2 checks there on Ninjembro's side.
He got the big key in the first chest and 20 rupees in map chests. So nothing of significance yet. Just 1 item so far. Okay.
Ed prepping that Bombos, and we just have another Moth.
Another Mothra. Come on, game. This is 80 Enemizer. You want some excitement.
Yeah.
We've had all the bosses have been pretty free so far.
Yeah.
Video on Hero was a bit rough, especially when Ed did it, but other than that, it's been pretty nice. No Trinexes, no Arguses.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get a room with Mothula any easier than that one right there.
I forget in Jimbo, did he get anything in Compass chest? I didn't see. He got 2 items at least.
Yeah, so he's doing the 50-50.
That's what I
here.
I think it was the map, so he doesn't even know what the boss is. I think he has a compass and an item left, so he doesn't know what the boss is. Yeah. So currently, technically, if Ninjembro can beat this dungeon, which is an if, you don't know what the boss is, could be Cold Stare or Trinex, that would put him at 5 dungeons because of Agro 1. Currently, Ed's at 3, but he'll also get Pod and Eastern knocked out here. It'll take a little bit, so yeah. But he's got boots, so he can do it a little bit faster.
Yep. Yeah, Eastern Palace is another one of those. Just it feels bad without boots.
What do we have? Vanilla.
All right.
Everyone's getting not punished for these boss dips, except Ed with Viddy, but he knew what it was.
Yeah.
Like, all these guesses are working out. Like, what is this look?
Oh, that we have an item in the vanilla big key chest. Green pendant though. I knew we'd known that. I just forgot that it was also vanilla.
I forgot to. Too much excitement.
Yeah.
Ninjembro would absolutely turn that in. You'd be crazy not to go do that, and then he'll go do Swamp. And then after Swamp, he'll probably take like Bombos Tablet, and then I think he just go up Mountain after that. But you could check a little bit more before heading up Mountain.
Yeah, I'm in knowing. So okay, so I'm trying to think now. What as far as what we have left for checks. I think there's a decent chance Ninjembro might do TR. Ed I don't believe did left side swamp, so there are 2 items over there still.
I don't think Ninjembro will either.
Yeah.
Ninjembro has less. He's gonna see those mitts.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be like, I have Smith Chain, I have Ice Palace, I have Dark Mountain. He's not gonna touch left side swamp after he sees those mitts.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
If mitts will later, the mitts are what change it. Otherwise, Ninjembro will be out of options after this. Well, I'm trying to think. What will Ed do after he finishes up Pod in Eastern? He can go do Aga 1 at any time, but he knows he can just do that whenever, because there's no items behind it. You can just, ideally, you just do it at this point after GT. Unless you really want to check Pyramid Ledge for progression. But it'll be after GT for Ed, probably.
I believe Ed actually already checked Pyramid Ledge.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I think he did that when he took it, went from Pyramid Ledge and just went straight north to,
okay.
To Catfish.
That makes sense. Okay, so I think Ed already did the back, didn't he? He did the back.
No, I think
he did the front.
He's doing the same thing as...
Oh my god. Oh my god. At least he can beat Cold Stare, so he is.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as when Ninjembro did it. This is more defendable.
Yeah.
Because he only has one boss he can't beat. But still. I would do back first to be safe.
So to answer some questions in chat, we did the front of Skullwoods and found one item. No, that hasn't been done because powder was just found by Ed in Ice Palace. So yeah, I think we're down to knowing that progression is either Big Key Chest in Eastern, Magic Bat, back of Thieves Town, or Left Side Swamp.
Could be in Desert too. We
Um,
haven't seen any of Desert. I don't think we haven't seen
Desert,
Agena's.
yeah.
We've
No,
seen
we haven't
nothing in Desert.
Oh no, yeah. So we do have a few more. Oh, we also have Hera Basement.
Yeah.
Skip that also. So
Yeah.
we got a good bit of stuff, and some of it's pretty gross.
We got some very beautiful options. Yeah, so yeah. We'll see how that shakes out. Yeah, I'm interested to see what all Ninjembro chooses to do after Swamp. Does he just do Bombo Sablet? I'm confident he'll at least do Bombo Sablet, but I'm curious to see where he wants to prioritize once he gets submits.
Yeah,
He
I feel like if you're gonna walk all the way over to Bombo's tablet, like you're already at Desert at that point.
You could also continue it up, and I don't think he did K45 yet in Space Chain, so he could walk up that way. We'll see. He's gonna have a few ways to go after Swamp Narrow with those mitts.
Book was at the Mushroom Spot in Lost Woods. Right,
I'll see if the Book matters.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah. We got one more check for Book to matter.
Or it could be we have Bombo Sablet, and then there's the fact that in Desert could be your flute. Could. That's a big could, but it's possible. Okay.
Lots of hate for the Book in chat. I don't mind it, except when the books are available early. Like, it's a good book.
I like Oli books, yeah, because like Oli book, and you give me the two swords in the mirror, like the combo, so I can just route it in naturally. It's nice. When you get it at the end of a seed or in the middle, and you've already been to some spots where you could have done the book check, you're like, why now? Now it's so awkward. It's, yeah, in any mode. That's how it is. Okay, what's Ninjembro going to do after Bombo's tablet, and what's on Bombo's tablet?
Half magic. Not, you don't hate it, but not needed. Looks like at least Agina's cave.
It makes sense, and I wouldn't mind if he did the front. I would be fine if he didn't, because like I mean, you don't really want to do Bootsless Desert, but at the same time, like you are over here, as you said. You might be able to beat it. You might find a key item, like what if the flute is here? What if one of the rods is here? You'd like to have that. He's gonna do Front of Desert. I think this is pretty reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with this one, you hope to find that that compass in the front half. Just hope it's not on the boss.
If nothing important, if none of our keys are on Torch, yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be equally as bad for Ninjembro if the compass is on Torch.
Blue mail on Desert Ledge. Will Ninjembro grab that? I figure probably not. It's a little out of the way. If you... Maybe. Because if you get like an ice triangle something later, you might want it, but... I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see Ninjembro skipping it. I think it's one of those like if you have boots, like maybe you just run down and do it real quick.
Yeah. Okay, it's
It is
Argus.
Okay.
But it's boots locked. Can't do anything else.
Yep.
But that's good knowledge for Ninjembro. He knows he has to get boots before he goes back there. Okay, he's good at mountain. He's gonna... I assume at this point he would go into TR. I think Ninjembro absolutely would. I'd be surprised if he didn't. So we should have those boots soon.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, with what he has left, you're already up here. I think kind of the same gamble that Ed took.
Yep. And Ninjembro's doing it with even more information on the sea because he's been to Pa, he's been to Eastern. He's been more places than Ed had been at that point. So he's like, there's less stuff available. Yeah,
if I'm remembering right, we have Left Side Swamp, which he skipped. He's got the Hera Basement. Like, the only new checks for him are Smith Chain? And
Ice.
And he doesn't have access to ice, though.
He will in a moment.
Yes.
With the well, yeah, because he'll get the boot. He'll probably get the boots, and then he'll probably get those bombos. I'm assuming. Yeah. I think he'll do this. Well, he won't do it yet. He'll have to come back after Buddy Cave, but yeah. So right now, after this fight from Ed is up Ice Palace over Ninjembro, but Ninjembro's still up Hera and Aga 1.
Yeah.
And also they've also done some different sets of checks here. So it's a pretty close race right now.
That Lionel is just being a pain. There we go.
Hey, where's Ed going? What's he doing? He could do Magic Bat.
Yeah.
He could do Back of Thieves.
Ed, yeah, I believe Ed did not turn in Green Pendant, so...
Oh yeah, he did not.
Get the fresh knowledge of Magic Bat here.
Boomerang.
All right, Ninjembro is heading back to go into TR.
Oh, Ed might be doing Lost Woods. I forgot he hasn't done Lost Woods. He might do that.
Yeah, he's got Lost Woods. He's got Back at Thieves Town.
Oh, Graveyard Ledge. He hasn't done Bumper Ledge yet either. So he's probably gonna do. I don't know if he did Skull Woods or not. But if he didn't, he's gonna at least do Lost Woods here. Never mind. No, he's not.
It looks like he has not done Skullwoods because the front had a single item.
Thieves Town.
Yeah,
he's going for the plays. Yeah, hasn't done Bumper Ledge, Queen's Tomb, or Lost Woods. Going for Back of Thieves. Or Left Side Swamp. Yeah.
It's always a challenge to try to discern what is going on in the mind of a horse.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, for Ed to make this play make sense. If Ninjembro did this, I'd be like, huh? Ed doing it, and I'm like, yeah, that tracks. It tracks. It makes sense to me. So if I were Ninjembro, I would want to go I'd do my boots checks, and then I'd go do Desert. Yeah, he's mirroring out because he knows if not, he'll get put on Pyramid, which he doesn't want.
Yeah, he wants to go back to Sank.
Okay, I'm really curious to see what's in the back of Thieves.
No, he is going straight to desert. He is skipping the other boots check. So
I like it. It makes sense. Just because like you have to beat this dungeon, and
yeah.
like yeah, it makes some
Yeah,
sense.
he knows it's a beatable dungeon now because he knows the boss. So I think it's a very good play.
Yeah, and he can always do he can do Kingstone later. He can always combine it with Graveyard Ledge as an option. There's chances to do it. Okay. Kind of had to be there.
Yeah, one item left in the big chest.
Oh, Ed's also not done Front of Escape. I hadn't thought about that. He hasn't done that either. Junk. So
Not back of Thieves Town. Okay.
And I don't see Ninjembro coming here for a while. That's good for Ninjembro. So.
Yeah, I feel that is not a spot Ninjembro will go to for quite a while. Like,
nah.
He might do it before going back for Left Side Swamp or Hera Basement.
That's true. If Hera Basement and Left Side Swamp end up being the answer, then yeah, we'll see what happens. So we still have one item left in Desert. So we're gonna check big chest because you're walking right by it, so you just do it, and then you go. And Jimbo might grab the blue mail here. I feel like I would grab blue mail here. You have boots, as you mentioned earlier. Like it's pretty quick.
Yeah, I think it's a real fast one. Answer chat. Bombos is in Bonk Rocks.
Fire Rod.
There is the Fire Rod. So boots are required for both of the fire sources.
So you have to dip Fire Rod with TR to get your boots, to then go to Desert and get your Fire Rod. Okay, that makes Jimbo's next play obvious. He's probably gonna. Oh, he's gonna do Ice Palace. I think you do Ice Palace first. Not gonna get the blue mail. Yeah, he's gonna do Ice Palace next probably, and then he'll combo Skull Woods with maybe North Light World if he still needs progression, possibly, or just go to TR.
Yeah, run back up to TR. But I definitely think Ice Palace is the next play. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's kind of its own thing. Whereas if Skull Woods, you're like, well, maybe I want to combo some more checks after if I'm still lacking progression. But you do Ice first. Yeah, so Jimbo's not going to have to get the Bombos unless that's in Bonk Rocks, unless Mario requires it. Which, I mean, if Ninjembro has to go looking for Bombos later, like Bonk Rocks, one of the first things he'll check. So at this point, the only thing we might need is Ice Rod, and we need Flute. We have not found Flute. Flute at least is needed.
Yeah, and let's see. So we have, we don't know the boss of Misery Mire. We don't know the boss of TR. And we don't know the boss of...
I don't think we know Skull Woods either.
Yeah, Skull Woods. So I'm thinking out of the Skull Woods, I think is the only one that restricts what bosses can be in there.
And then it could be behind a required Ice Trinex potentially in GT, or it could be where Landmo 2 would be on the climb. So yeah, plenty of spots with Trinex to show up. You're hoping in this seed, you're hoping the Ice Rod shows up before the Flute, so you don't have to make that bet of doing your Ice Rod or not. I mean, you pretty much make the play that you do your Ice Rod if that's the situation you're given, because you assume your opponent's probably in the same spot and you don't go looking for the Ice Rod, or you assume the Ice Rod is in GT. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Mario's a Pendant. Flute could just be in GT. Someone in chat, Pichu in chat mentioned that. I didn't think about that. Could be. That's possible.
Ed made his way into Desert. We'll find his Fire Rod here before too long. And yeah, we have Ninjembro running straight to Ice Palace here.
Yep. So yeah, Ed's going to finish up Desert. Still be behind the Aga 1 play. And then Ninjembro, it just has... Well, he's also ahead on Hera. But it's still pretty close, because Ninjembro has not done Back of Thieves. He has not done Smith's Chain. He has not done Spike Cave, but he also has done the 2 tablet checks, and he's done what was the thing I'm thinking about? He's done Point of Escape.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of, for Ninjembro, you kind of want everything to be on the. It's better for him things are more on the path.
Yeah.
Because I say a little bit more to clean up than Ed does at this point in the outside of these, the dungeons that you just want to do. It's pretty reasonable to think that the rest of our go modes either just in TR or in GT. In fact, yeah, I imagine that's what's going to happen is Ninjembro's just going to make the bet in TR next. Well, he's going to go beat School Woods. And then he's going to make the bet on TR that he just doesn't need the ice for TR. And then he's going to go to GT and look in GT for a flute or ice rod that he may not have yet by that point. And that's probably how we're going to see the rest of the seed go for Ninjembro. And it'll probably be about the same for Ed, because he's in the same boat. Yeah, that's what we're going to see.
Ed does make the play to run down for that the blue mail there.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think boots, it's such an easy little safety. Probably not needed, but
there's the potential boss fight, so I would love to have that. Like, again, if Ice Tronics happens, or just some annoying enemies in the climb, it's just nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure parts of Trinex can do up to 4 hearts of damage on green mail.
Yeah, but mail, I'd say it's worth. So if the flute and Ice Rod is kind of on the path, Ninjembro's definitely at the advantage right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's still close. But if now we have to go on a hunt later for Ice Rod or Flute, or both of them, there's more opportunity for things to even up since Ed's cleared a little bit more. So we'll just see how this plays out. But yeah, we're gonna see Skull Woods from both players next. Ed's gonna also have to do Hera on his way up to TR. And then we'll see TR after that for both players, and then probably GT.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where that third sword that Ed got was at.
That was in Hammer Pegs, some Smith's Chain.
Hammer
so
Pegs,
that
yes.
is an advantage, especially if solos don't show up. That's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think, though, that if you go looking for things if like GT and TR aren't the answer, the first place you're going to go, if I was in Ninjembro's shoes, is going to be my 2 boot lock checks, and then Smith's Chain. That's what I would do. But that's going to be after TR. It's going to be after GT. Is he just going straight for... He's going to not do Mothula yet. I can see the reasoning. It's a pendant, and you could combine it with stuff later, and then if he doesn't know what the boss is, so maybe he just gets something from TR, but then if the item's really useful, and you don't have it for TR or GT, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I get it, but it doesn't feel scary to know that the back of School Woods could just have like an ice rod or even a flute.
I think I get Ninjembro playing the numbers. Yeah, because if you pop the flute here, that could be a pretty substantial time save of not looking in GT.
Yeah.
That change.
Yeah. This is a pretty close race.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
It's definitely gonna come down to where the items are and what the bosses are too.
Yes.
We only have two more spots.
Ninjembro, you need your right side. Okay, he remembered. Okay, he was dodging the fire snake. He was dodging the fire snake. I see. I was worried for a moment, but I forgot. In a miser, dodging stuff. It makes sense.
or is it 3? So you have Misery Mire, you have TR, and you have Ice Armos. I think are the only spots left.
And Lamos too.
Lambos too, yeah. Trinex can be up. Oh, never mind. There's the Ice Rod.
Just 3 and TR, like always.
And
game could be a little more exciting. Come on.
We did get to see Ninjembro's strong eye roll at that location.
Flute go mode then.
Yeah, we are in flute go mode, and I think Ninjembro could end up wasting a lot of time if the flute is not in GT.
Yeah, the things, so Ninjembro looks ahead, but the things that are going against Ninjembro, 1, he doesn't have that sword from Hammer Pegs. 2, if Bombos is needed for Mire, he does have to get over to Bonk Rock, so the Bombos is. That's one of the first things you're gonna do. Oh, it's a Smoldrum. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, you still have to go get it. So there are a few things still off against Ninjembro. I think the sword's the bigger thing than the Bombos, because that's something that's a Bonk Rocks and Keen Sumo, like the first thing you'll check once you go medallion hunting.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't find what he needs out of GT, I feel like a save and quit straight to Sanctuary to do those boots checks would be in order.
If by some chance TR, did we get the second item in Skull Woods from Ed, or did he just skip it?
He skipped it. It is under the bridge.
Okay. I can see it. You have TR, you have GT. He still has the Hero Boss too.
He
so.
did. So then he did. Oh, he did
bridge. Okay.
So he did middle. He did big key chest and skipped the front. Okay. So we know there's
sense.
nothing then nothing in Skullwoods to worry about.
Okay, well that's okay. Makes sense.
Ed coming back for his revenge. As Ninjembro's about to make his way to Laser Bridge here.
Yeah. Yeah, this is super close though. Jumbo hasn't done Mothula. Is down a sword. Doesn't have the Bombo, so I feel like this flute is probably going to be kind of free. I'm guessing. That's my guess. It could still be on Left Side Swamp or Hero Basement. Some annoying checks, but it's probably just in GT or here in TR. Or Pyramid Fairy, another one.
Yeah, I did not see if Ninjembro did mimic it, but I would say based on the timing of it, I didn't think so. We have Fairy Agent confirming he did not.
I kind of like that play. Trying to shave some time off. That's definitely a good spot you could do it. Risky, of course. If anything's there, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
But that also makes it a great time save if you get away with it.
And Ninjembro not carrying who the boss is because he can beat them all.
Man.
And Ed making his way over to do GT.
PR, but yes.
Yes, TR.
He's called Stare. But Ninjembro has half magic. So he doesn't have Bombos. It's not that bad. Ninjembro has a fairy still. He'll be okay.
Still has that fairy from the first ball he got. And double spin, or spin on both of them to finish it off for $50 whole.
Okay. So no flute. Still very close, man.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty much there. Ed still does have to do Castle Tower. Oh,
I forgot about Aggle 1. That does make it less good.
Yeah, it's and they're basically on the same route now. But yeah, if it's not in GT, Ed does have a lot less to check.
Yeah.
A lot less overworld to check.
Yeah, and he still have the monster to play. Yeah. Really, if Ninjembro can get a sword before he finds the Go mode flute, that would close off a huge advantage for Ed. But even then, I mean, that's still interesting though. So you gotta find a big key here. You gotta find a flute. You don't have to. That's not what you want. That sucks.
Oh,
that's terrible.
That is the worst place for that when you're in GT mode.
No. This is where non-key sanity AD is like even worse because you still might need your Go mode from GT, but like the big key's just free here. It feels so much worse that you're just still diving. It's silver. That actually closes the sword gap. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal anymore.
That makes Ganon, the same there. That key placement. I know what would be running through my mind is if flute is anywhere but here, I'm toast. Oh, there it is. We are in Go mode. Okay.
What? Okay, the clown full left actually worked out. I would have done like DM strats or hope left at least. Now, Ninjembro even hitting the optimal Luxac GT routing. I'm not gonna be nice because he's my teammate. I'm gonna just call it what it is. That is some Luxac cloud routing.
Oh boy. I take that back. Ninjembro might not be in Go mode because we don't know what we need to get into Meyer. If it's Bombos, he'll have to do some searching here.
Yeah, I imagine the play would be he does, Meyer Shed, Chickenbird Cave, and then I would assume he goes and does the boot checks immediately, Bonk Rocks and Keen's Tomb. I would hope that he does.
Yeah, I like those that's two really fast checks right after a saving quit. So
yeah, that's what you would expect. So you would expect it wouldn't be a long hunt and it wouldn't be a big deal. I like here, yeah, you don't have to do enough hearts. Got a safety door. This makes sense. Smart.
All right, we have Ed taking the slow ride around. And as Ninjembro's making his way through Gauntlet.
He's doing a really good job keeping his sword beams here to make this easier. I like it.
Yeah, he's running into a lot of enemies too that just fall to one or two of those sword beams. So.
Oh no, he lost them.
Finally lost them.
He held on to them for a good amount of time. Respect.
Yep.
Also, the one thing that makes these moves easier: no BMOs to shoot at you. No BMOs.
Right.
Animizer.
All right, what do we have? Okay, we have I guess Trinex still could show up in Meyer.
Oh, I was about to say no Trinex, but you're right. Yeah, could show up.
But no Trinex on ice.
Unless Ed does some scuffed routing in GT.
Yeah, that is true. Ed finishing up the cold stare. And he'll make the way to GT.
Yeah, Fire Rod was, you had to go to TR to get your boots and chain chops, and then the boots led to boots locked at Fire Rod and Desert Big Chest. That's what Fire Rod was, yeah. So Fire Rod was late. So yeah.
Ninjembro has way more patience in some of those rooms than I do. I would be hitting them with ether.
Absolutely. These are two players who are really good at Inimizer.
Yeah.
So. much better than I am at it. If it's you know, assuming Ninjembro gets to win or Gamma wins the next race and we're still in brackets, I'm pretty much I'm gonna try to give all the Inamizer to Ninjembro
Right.
or someone else. And be like, you guys, Ninjembro, you love Inamizer. You love it. You can have all the 80 Inamizer you want. I'll happily give it away.
I did see literally right before they started, Ninjembro said, "Oh, let me go double check all the flags just so I make sure I know exactly what I have to do." So just to show how unworried he was about an Inamizer seed.
Mothra, another easy fight.
All right.
Where are the tough fights today, game? Which one was Hera? Hera Vidi. Okay, what do you think? What do you think, Mr. Anchorpants? Where's Ed going after DM room?
I don't know. He doesn't have the. Oh no, he's switched. Is he switching to mirror? He's continuing on. We're gonna have a bit of a race here.
Yeah, both doing it.
I actually thought we were gonna see some DM strats from him.
I know Ed. Him and Ninjembro are both anti-DM routers. They're both never DM route.
You know, they actually both could have been playing for the Rando Rush. Go straight to Rando and then do a full right.
My bad. Ed did go Hope first. He actually did normal GT route. His was fine. His was
okay.
And Jimbro's the clown. Ed, my bad. Ed, I will give you respect for that. Not everything else, but I'll give you respect for that one. Okay. So if I was in Jimbro, I would rush Meyer area to confirm if I need a medallion or not. I mean, you could. That's what I would do first. I want to know if I need a medallion. I want to know how I need a medallion. I'm not going to go to Skull Woods yet, because I don't want to risk having to look for an item in Skull Woods I may or may not need.
Yeah, I would absolutely rush Meyer area, and well, he's got to go activate his flute. I mean, you could make the argument since you're that close, and he went to the wrong house.
But flute, you can flute back though, and like, if the item's not on Moth, you don't want to do the rest of Skull Woods if you don't need to. Like, you don't want to bother checking Skull Woods big key chest. You don't want to bother checking bridge chest. Because of that, I would absolutely check Meyer first. I want to know, do I need to check things?
I would want the knowledge if I'm in absolute go mode or not. Gamachu was trying to will his teammate to doing bonk rocks first, so there would be no worries. But Ninjembro will keep us in suspense here for just a couple
a little bit longer.
30 more seconds, I think. Ed is making his way here, wrapping up Gauntlet, about to go fight, I believe it was a Helmasaur here.
Never mind, he's doing Skull Woods Moth for the first, but I'm guessing he's just going to go mode it and not look for items.
Yeah.
He's going to go mode anyway.
You do this, you play the 66% chance that you have the medallion you need.
And even if you don't, you have so many other checks that you can be like, well, I can probably get away with Skull Woods not being the spot this Bombos is, even if it was needed. So. Yeah, game. I'm sure Ninjembro really wants to go to the library and get the fillet. Totally gonna happen. Totally. Yeah. Open top of GT. You beat Iger too. Is that what you're asking, Gamma? Oh, the chest. The chest.
Oh, no. He did not
chest.
open any of those.
Yeah, he didn't. He checked some of the climb chests, but I don't know if he checked the last two. I know he checked the two in mini helmet room. I think he checked all of them.
Well, maybe he did.
I think he did.
All right.
Because between
Pichu, correct.
Yeah, because between Bombos and potentially finding a free sword or just like a male upgrade or hard, it's like you do it. You'd be kind of crazy not to. Our master missing a potential needed medallion would be a little crazy. Just get that free of checks.
All right, so it looks like Ninjembro's gonna be able to make it to the Mire area slightly before Ed, so Ninjembro's gonna have a few minute advantage here, having done Aga Tower already.
Yeah, having already done Aga 1, has Flute activated, but I might have to find the Bombos and down a sword, which is only a minor advantage having the Tempered Sword at this point. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. What medallion for Mire? I'm a little nervous, Gamma. I pretty much know if Ninjembro's knocked out, I can't rely on you to win anything. I mean, let's be honest here. This is it. This is the deciding race.
Ninjembro did have the fingers crossed for this here. Oh no!
Oh no! Okay. Oh no!
All right. This is gonna even things up right here.
Please do this checkerboard cave and then go do your boots checks, Ninjembro. Please do your boots checks. Please. If he doesn't...
I think he'll probably go do checkerboard since he's here.
He better do these boots checks. They're the obvious next play. Before you do anything else is terrible. Like, I would just save and quit after this.
Yeah, you look at this
and go do
you
those.
Just save and quit.
You can flute the 2. Okay, save and quit the sink. Save and quit the sink. 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 Yes! Okay, we're probably good. My team's probably fine. Probably fine.
Yeah, I think this
I'm not worried. You can do Keensoon first, that's fine. This is okay.
Yeah, I feel that this one's like a 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Which side you go first when you have an activated flute. Ed is making the play to go into Aga Tower now, which makes sense. You're already there. Quick mirror. Just be one more mirror and a saving quit for him.
And Jimbo's gonna be so relieved. He's gonna be so relieved, like, oh my god, I got so lucky. He's gonna know it. He's gonna know it. He's gonna be like, oh my god. Okay, what's this? I want to see his face here.
Don't go in. Oh, a little sigh of relief.
Yep, he's like, oh my god. Thank God. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, Ninjembro's gonna have a couple of minute advantage. Going into the Ganon fight, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's with the silvers. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a pretty close fight, pending anything tragic.
Yeah. So yeah, as I have to finish up Aga 1, go activate that flute. So still a little bit to go. But it's gonna end up pretty close.
So last summer, asking if Ninjembro knows Samaria Ganon, and my answer to that is you would probably know better than any of us.
I don't think he does, but he has cape. He can just do cape strats, which are just as good, and they're easier if you don't know Samaria strats. So he has like options here.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a blue or green goo. He does still have that fairy.
Thank God, he's taking a lot of damage. He's gonna need it.
Yeah. And he might get some favorable Ganon positions that can really make a huge time save with the Master Sword.
Yeah, so it's still a close race though.
Yeah.
Very close.
This big key placement could have an impact still.
Yeah, I just realized I don't think anyone ever did Ice Rod Cave.
I think you are correct. Ice Rod Cave was never checked.
Interesting. Okay, pretty easy big key. Okay, because that could have been a thing if like Cutscene Chest had the Mire big and then Jimbo delayed checking it and did Map Chest first.
Oh, there goes the fairy.
Yeah, you would prefer to keep that a little bit longer. I could see Ninjembro going to maybe get a potion. I mean, I'll have half magic silvers and a red potion still. So probably not going to get a potion, but he could. You probably just save and quit and go do Ganon. And no problem with it.
Yeah, I think that'll probably be his play.
Yeah, grab him some health. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he remembered that. Yeah, grab. You don't know what boss you have. Grab that magic. Yeah, let's go activate the flute, then head over to Meyer. So just a reminder, though, if things continue on the current course, and Ninjembro will probably have a victory by a little bit of time, but that's not guaranteed. But if it goes that way, if Ed loses this race, his team is not necessarily out, because later on this week we're going to have Gamma, also in Ninjembro's team, versus GGW on a third team here. If GGW also loses his race versus Gamma, that means him and Ed would have to do a tiebreaker race. So if Ed does lose this race, which we don't know if it's going to happen or not yet, if he does, his team will be hoping for a Gamma win in that race, so they have a chance of a tiebreaker.
We have about our 8 billionth Mothula fight for this Chaos Boss Atomizer.
No Trinex. Where are the cool fights? Come on.
Spectators.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
As we approach the 90-minute mark on the seed here, I just wanted to give a reminder to give these runners a follow. They've been running around like crazy in this Atomizer seed. We also have Arya Stark, our tracker. Give them a follow, as well as my co-com Specs, which I believe the numbers were left off of your name, so you missed out on the link. But
if people can't click the link, they can't see how bad I play sometimes. I've been playing pretty bad lately, so probably for the best. No one needs to see the things that happen over there.
Right.
No, you're good.
We have Ninjembro in here.
Not even Kay, not Samaria. I'm upset. We need it. Gamma, you and I need to give this guy a talking to after. Okay, there's the cape.
There's the
Thank
cape.
you.
All right.
Thank you, Ninjembro, but still, we gotta give you a lecture later. This is not acceptable. Come on.
Oh, and he died. That's not good.
Yeah. He has some time to give, but not that much. He's
gonna go get potions, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he still does have a couple of minutes here. Chat pointing out.
He only has a red, Gamma.
Yeah,
chat.
was just a red.
And only grabbing one blue. That confident. Only having a blue and a red. Pretty confident. Yeah, he still has some time. Ed still has to go beat Vidi. Should take another minute and a half, 2 minutes, then to get over to, well, save and quit to Agatu or Ganon.
Yeah.
So he just now another death would be bad.
Yeah, I think Ninjembro did have pretty good patterns with that first run at Ganon.
Now he can just spam cape though, because now he has all the magic in the room. So he can spam cape for the second phase. So he doesn't die first.
Yeah, so this should push him into the phase 2 there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the slow part of the fight is pretty much done now. As long as he doesn't fall off or die.
pretty
Okay.
friendly phase 3 there. Just a couple of warps.
Can get a double here.
Oh,
Only
doesn't
nope,
quite
didn't
get
quite
it.
get it. Yep. Okay, just one more to go.
And the last arrow wins it for Ninjembro. We just got to wait for him to cross the bridge. Everyone's throwing those GGs into chat for Ninjembro. He crosses the bridge and finishes in first place with a racetime.gg time of 1:33:47. We have Ed dropping in to Ganon right now.
GG's in Ninjembro. This confirms that my team, Ninjembro's team, Gamma's team, Pichu's team, 3 gamers, and also Gamma's here, will be moving on into brackets. Again, Ed's team may not be out, as we still have GGW and Gamma playing later this week. They will be playing their, Gamma's favorite mode, Orphan. And if Gamma wins that one, we'll have a tiebreak between Ed and GGW. But that's obviously a big F. GGW is a monster of a player. So, we'll see how that race goes.
All right, Ed successful with the 1-1, makes it through phase 3. Got stuck a little bit there, wasn't able to get more than one shot, but lines up for the double and also kills Ganon. Decides to shoot off a little bit of fireworks there. And we are just waiting for the fanfare to end. As Ed shows us one of the many aspects of this well-coded game. And Ed is finished in second with a racetime.gg time of 1:35:26, and we will see if they want to hop in here.
Yeah.
Ninjembro looks like he will be joining us momentarily.
That was a really good race there. It was really close. Considering, Ninjembro had the issue, he got to the boot slot later, and he had the death of Ganon. And, Ed, he did back his D-Sound for nothing. He had that unfortunate death that took up, 2-3 minutes?
Yeah.
On Vidi, that hurt really bad. We had, pretty back and forth race, where they took a lot of different routing options at different points and different decisions. Really close race. It was honestly a really fun race to watch.
Yeah, I think it's always good when we get to see a little bit of the divergence in the routing, to keep everyone on their toes and keep us with stuff to talk about.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I will say Ninjembro got a little bit bailed out by the silvers there. If that had been serverless, this would have been a lot more rough.
Yeah, that would have been a much closer race, especially with that death to Ganon on his first drop in. And I know Ninjembro is trying to get in here to join us.
Looks like we have both Ed and Ninjembro in the waiting room. Yeah, they'll be here in just a moment.
All right, we have been joined by Mistaed.
The loser!
GG's, Mistaed. And we've also been joined by Ninjembro. GG's, Ninjembro.
The winner!
Oh, GG's, Ed.
GG's, Ninjembro.
I finally get another win over you after 17 years. I literally went back in our ladder history. I'm like, I know I have not beaten Ed in forever.
So,
in a tournament environment, I'd rather win in a tournament environment than, ladders. So
Fair.
You got that going for me.
That is true. Yeah, what a fun one though. Like, I'm assuming. So like, when I died to Ganon, I felt like pretty reasonably far ahead just because of the way that I routed. So I was like, I'm just going to go get a potion. And then when like Ed finished so much soon after me, I was like, oh, this is a lot closer than I thought.
You guys made some different decisions. I can go over. You guys want to know what the big differences were, but it was a really close race. Yes.
But like, I was like, oh, there's like, I was like, I'm just like, when I realized it was, I was potentially just like flute in GT. I'm like, okay, we're just basically pretending we're in go mode and just full clearing GT and then cleaning up if needed. And then I was like, okay, we'll also open things on the climb just in case it's Bombos. And then I get to Meyer and it's like, oh, it's Bombos. Great, now I have to go find that.
Yeah, well, that was super free. Should have just been Bonk Rocks. Yeah, I actually had Bombos before Fire Rod.
Wow.
And the interesting thing was here's the really interesting thing is I did everything I could to avoid CAC in the beginning, and
Did you also Uncle Route?
No, I
okay.
hula hand Saha got a hook shot.
What?
Oh yeah, and
Oh
then
my God.
yeah, so I did that. I did mini Moldorm Cave. I'm like, yeah, fuck Ice Rod Cave. Oh, sorry, screw Ice Rod Cave. And then I did CAC from the south, and I said, well, I'm just not gonna, like basically I went to Blind Hut and I kind of was like lazy. I'm like, yeah, I'll do what I've been doing lately, which is I'll just save and quit and say no to Lost Woods. So let's fast forward for a little bit. I had Dark World access, but I had like everything in the free world for the mountain. So I went ahead and did that. I went to Vitreous and everything went fantastically well until my controller decided not to register a right input. And basically all I just did is I just stayed in place and the eyeball just killed me. And from then on out, I was on tilt.
Yeah, and it made sense because it's like it's like you had the hit and then you moved a little bit left, and then the hit after that you missed. You literally were facing the wrong way, and it looked really weird that's how you went out on that fight after you nailed every hammer hit that was way harder than that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean everything was fine, and then I got a little overzealous, took one hit, and I'm like, okay, well this is fine, just take it nice and slow. And he got a little bit too close, but I had plenty of room, I thought, and I just bad inputs on my end, so I kind of went on tilt. So we'll fast forward ahead. I had the flippers at the time. I got the mirror. So I went into Swamp, got the mitts, because of course there's a glove there. Eventually made my way to Dark Death Mountain. Happened to randomly see that Ether was the solution, or well, the entry to get into there. And I got the boots, and I was happy as could be. So here is the problem that I had was, I had all of the aspirations of doing King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks, and kind of ending with Lost Woods because I still hadn't done it. Plus, at that point it was like, hey, you know what? I can actually check Aga to see if I got to do that. And when I got Bombos, I kind of was like, I should probably rush Ice Palace, and I kind of changed the way that I was going to do things. I ended up doing Smith Chain while going through there. So that book was mightily late for me.
Gotcha.
And then at that point when I got that, and then I go to do that, and I got a Fire Rod. Basically I said, well, I'm just gonna bank on no Trinex. And to be honest, I wasn't paying attention. I honestly thought I saw Skull Woods when I went to there as a crystal, so that I went into there first thinking I'm just gonna do that then rush GT for a flute, and then I saw it as a pendant, and I'm like, well, I'm sure TR is a crystal, and it was, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna bank on a flute there, and well, it was, but in the meantime, like I did the back of Thieves Town afterwards, Smith Chain, yeah, it just I did slow stuff that because I was on tilt from earlier. I never felt good about my positioning in the seed whatsoever. And I took strategic risks. Almost, by the sounds of it, almost came back, but not quite.
I mean, you were like way ahead of me to the boots, it sounds like, and that allowed you to like clear way more than I did. Like, I didn't do Back of Thieves, I didn't do like any of Smith Chain. But like, so I did I did Uncle Route. So I had the Moon Pearl and bombs, and then got the glove and Zank. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's just do Back of Escape, and then I went and got the book and everything, and then I got the hammer, and I'm just like, well, that's Dark World access. And I think I even like brought up the save and quit menu in the back of Tavern, because I was like, I have 3 plays here. I could just save and quit and say, race game is nothing, because like, when is race game actually ever anything? I was like, or I can like check that and then like do South Shore, or I could just like not save and quit and just go straight into Dark World. And I'm like, let's play a little conservatively, because like I was feeling okay about the Uncle Route, like the Uncle Start, even though you get funneled there really quickly. The thing that was like kind of a weird thing for me was trying to like cover back on my tracks, because I'm like, okay, like if Ed doesn't Uncle Route here, he might go into Hyrule Castle along with getting his Pearl. So when do I route that in with Aga? Because like I had the ability to do Aga stupid early. And of course, like I'm pretty sure Hyrule Castle was like absolutely nothing, but I think it was like Blue Cane.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't in there. I did the back in Dark Cross, but I never did the front, because I was just like, I gotta take chances here. And
yeah, I didn't do Dark Cross because I did that stuff like immediately, and like I'm not doing Dark Cross even in a regular mode without like a reasonable weapon. Like I'm not trying to like find Key Rat with just Hookshot or something like that. But like in Enemizer, there's 0 chance I'm attempting Dark Cross with like, I think at that time I had literally like 2 bombs. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, no, it was actually just one of those little po-po things was the key thing, but I did have the sword from Mini Moldorm Cave before even dipping into that, so I'd, hook shot, sword, a lamp.
Did you have Tempered at the end?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was on Master Sword, and I was like, this sucks. I should have grabbed the blue mail off Desert Ledge, but I'm just like, I won't need this.
The only reason why I grabbed it is because, I stink at Vitreous, I guess. So, and basically, I think I finished like every boss fight like with the hearts beeping at me. Like in the end game, except for Ganon. Ganon was actually pretty good, but it was basically a story of tilt, and it kind of went into a scenario for me. Like what I was thinking was, all right, well, I got Bombos. I thought maybe that was going to kind of trickle everything into there. I felt like I made a good play. I'm like, well, I don't know. I could definitely do Eastern, but let me go check Pod, and of course there's a bow in there, because why not? Like everything I felt was going okay, but it kind of got to the point where it's like, all right, I really feel absolutely abysmal about this Hair of Death, and I've been playing on tilt, and it's time for me to take some chances. And basically the back of Skull Woods the back of Thieves Town was my one really big gamble, because I just kind of expected a flute to show up. And of course this was before I had the book, and then when I got the book, I kind of like what 2 and 2 together. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, and yeah, there it was. And yeah, I mean, outside of the Hair of Death, like I said, I like taking chances, thinking outside the box a little bit. But more importantly, I hope that Ninjembro and I put on a good show for everybody watching here on ZSR.
I can confirm that both of you guys did an excellent job. It was a great match to watch. Right before you guys had come in here, I was talking to Specs about how the divergence that you two made it for an interesting and compelling match, and the fact that even with that divergence to be as close as it was, to the excitement.
Thank God my mic was off, because I'm going to be very honest, there were a lot of curse words that were coming out of my mouth. And it's weird because like a lot of the times, like if I'm restreamed and I know that like I'm muted, like I won't even bother saying anything. I'll just kind of like, you know, get like dejected. This is the one time where it went bleep bleep bleep, bleepity bleep, you bleep, bleep you controller.
I definitely had some choice reactions when I saw Bombos for Meyer.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah,
And, like-
that was with as early as you got boots compared to Ninjembro. It was it was quite fortunate that Bombos was where it was. There was a good number of skips on the bolt that he made that would have been pretty terrible for something like that.
Oh yeah, I was much closer to just going back to GT than half of what was available to me. Like I was going to do those boots checks and then Smith Chain, and then everything else was just dead to me. Like I was going to go back to GT before even doing like Pyramid Fairy.
Well, if he did Smith Chain, he would have had a sword, and he probably would have gotten a potion.
Dang.
Yeah, the Hammer Pigs, I believe, was the third sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was a great match. I think you guys touched upon it with the differences of the hook shot and the boots being the big divergence in items.
I do want to apologize to anybody watching.
You should.
I did not do the I didn't properly do the DVD screen ending as I like to do. I kind of trapped myself in the corner. So Ninjembro, if you happen to watch this back, I wasted another 10 seconds just doing the DVD screen with the fire rod when he beat Ganon, because I saw you were done. I'm like, all right, time for fun. And if I screwed up, guess what? Forfeit. And you would have been
Right.
like, oh, I smoked him. Be like, nah, I did something really stupid in the end. I beat Ganon, but I fell down because I'm a moron. So, no, this was fun. I first and foremost want to thank Ninjembro for making scheduling really easy and getting this in. I saw that it was going to be us matched up, and for anybody that isn't watching, this isn't me doing a plug or anything. This is me just being very truthful. Ninjembro, one of the coolest dudes out there, and anytime that I have a chance to race him, it's an absolute pleasure. I love. I will say this much. I will share this much. I love the reactions when we do race on ladder, especially the one time we're like, how the heck did you finish this so quick? I'd be like, I don't know. I luck sacked into it. So of course I had that like in mind. I'm like, I cannot wait to luck sack into this one, but no, it didn't work out there. But for those that are not familiar with Ninjembro, I ask you to please follow him, watch him when he's on. Super awesome dude, super chill, great guy, and an even better runner. So I thank you very much for the opportunity for the race. And I don't know if this is the last. I guess by the sounds of it, if Gamma wins, I have to race GGW. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
If this, yeah.
That's correct.
If this happens to be the last race for beer dip dodge, double dip dodge, dive horse and dodge, or whatever the heck our team name is, I do wanna thank all the admins and everybody behind the scenes through the Survivors of Hyrule that put this on. I know I'm just going to mention the names that I know: Megawatt, Zaphakil, and Moogle Charm, and I'm sure that there's others, but they are very on point when it comes to getting everything situated. Oh yeah, and hi, I'm Cody. Like with all the technological stuff, I kind of forgot about that. All of them have put in so much effort in getting this going, and I'm so honored and privileged to be a part of it, and I want to thank them. Obviously want to thank all the fine folks over at ZSR putting this on. Krista, I know, with the restream, Aria with tracking, Specs and Mr. Angry Pants, who, I hope you like to shame AFG because he's average and frustrated, but not a gamer. No, I thank you guys for putting this on, especially since this is kind of like short notice. Like Ninjembro and I talked about this last night. It's like, hey, you want to race, Monday? And we're like, yeah, sure. We'll figure out a time, and we did it. And we got our vetoes in, we got our mode selected, and we had the volunteers to put on the restream. And I thank you guys. And then obviously, last but not least, I want to thank chat for anybody that hung out. Hopefully, we put on a good show. And I suck. That's about all I got to say about that.
Oh yeah, and it's basically everything you said, but in reverse. Everybody go follow Ed, super chill runner, loves to shame AFG, and definitely seconded on the ease of scheduling thing. Literally, we had the race scheduled before we could even veto our modes, and I found out about the mode at 4 o'clock today. I wasn't checking Discord at all throughout the day, and I got home from work, and I was like, okay, it's all Dungeons Enemizer again. Neat.
Which is weird because this was the one time where I'd sent Megawatt a message first thing in the morning, and I'll be honest, so I work at a golf course, and every time that I was kind of held up with golfers, or if I had a moment, I'm on my phone checking Discord. Hey, do we have our mode? Does anybody need anything? And I saw Megawatt gave a thumbs up to my message to him, and then Zaf reached out, let him know, saw the mode, let my team know. They said, how do you feel about it? I says, well, it's better than spoiler open because we vetoed it.
We both vetoed it. Hey, we're both men of our word, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we both told each other in random Twitch streams yesterday that we were going to veto this mode, and we were are we mind gaming each other? Is are both of us telling each other that we're going to veto this mode, and neither of us are, and that's the mode we're going to get, or something like that?
Oh, I'm telling you right now, if that was the mode, it actually would have been probably more entertaining to see a lot of confusion on my end. Be like, all right, I forgot something. I'd be the type of person that'd rush into GT, and I'd have 4 crystals and be like, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta beat 3 other ones, you stupid clown. Yeah, no. Well, what I was afraid of is if I vetoed it and then you vetoed it, maybe it's a double negative, and then it's just gonna show back up anyways, and then it's surprise, spoiler open, and we'd be blaming each other, I thought you vetoed it, and I did, and you did, and then we'd be complaining to the admin, saying, what's going on? They say, well, double veto means, double negatives is a positive, therefore you're going to have to run it, so too bad, that's how things are, and then away they go. But, yeah, no, this was fun. Yeah, we'll see if I get to race again. If not, I won't be hurt. I know my teammates won't be hurt if we don't race again. But I felt we put a good show on as far as our team is concerned. And if not, I look forward to watching the bracket stage. And again, congrats to Ninjembro, 3 gamers and Gamma, I think, something like that. I think is the name. They move on, so. If you like anybody but Mr. Chu, yeah, check it out.
Well, I guess it's time for me to come back in my favorite role as streamer. So, thank you, both runners. GG does represent Team Everybody, carries Gamma Chu. Ed, you called me out yesterday and get to work on your stream, so I had to do it. You're the one and only Sage Horse who I admire more than anything in the world. So I look forward to seeing you Sage routes are and will always be the Sage Stallion. So I look forward to seeing you in action always. Know it.
You need a new hobby then. You need a new hobby. You can't be watching me like that.
Hey, listen, Horse. I've been supporting you all this time.
You have. No, you have.
And I will continue to support you. So whenever you call on me, know that I will always be there for you, buddy. Also, thanks to the track team of great commentators that we had. We had the Tactician Supreme Specs and someone angrier than AFG, Mr. Angry Pants, and to someone who didn't get an opportunity to track his favorite item in the world, Mr. Arya Stark. Thank you so much for being the greatest tracker that ever did track. I appreciate you more than you could possibly imagine. And to chat, stay awesome. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys stayed with the jank, because you know it wouldn't be a jank stream. And since today we don't have anything else going on DS Talk, here is chat. We are gonna be rating the legendary angry man himself, Average Frustrated Gamer. Since
Get those
we are
shames in
here,
chat. Get those shames in chat.
how did you know I was gonna say that, horse?
Because we know that's true.
Exactly. So the minute you go into AFG's stream, I want you to get your best shames out. We're gonna lay down the shame. He loves it. He is our shameless overlord. So I'm gonna send you off to him. Have a wonderful night. ZSR love and stay zesty, stay fresh. And we'll see you guys all again next time. Take care, guys.